Hi everyone, and welcome to this channel. If you're new here, be ready to subscribe so that you can get more of such content on Excel. Let us learn Excel as we continue. In today's video, we are diving into one of the most important and easiest Excel functions you'll ever use. That is the sum function. Whether you are a student, a business owner, or someone who just wants to manage your budget, knowing how to sum up values in Excel will save you time and frustration. So let's get into it. So what is the sum function? What is the sum function? The sum function, as it is referred to literally, the sum function is used to add numbers together in Excel. It's just like the calculator that you normally have, but it is smarter, faster, and it is more flexible when you're working on Excel. Just use Excel to add up your numbers, whether it is sales, whether it is any data you're working on and you need to get the sum. That is, you don't have to use a calculator. You can just use Excel directly. But you will rarely type in each number. You just have to select the cells you're working on, then you will get the sum. For example, if you want to get the total of this, maybe this side, you just select this, and as you can see, the sum is already here. Can you see my cursor? If you select it, maybe you want to get the total of the whole of this, it's already here. It's given here, the sum is 354. So it's easier when you're working on numbers. So, for example, if you are you want to add this column, you want to get the sum of this at this bottom, just come and this where you want to have your total, you put there equals, then you have the sum function typed in, select it. After selecting, you can drag the numbers you want, then you close the brackets and enter, and you have your total. You can do the same for this. If you want the total of this column here, just have the equals, then you have sum, and you select, you have your first number. You can put a comma if you want. If you want to add just this 50 and the 75, put 75, then you close the brackets and have enter, and you have the total of 50 and 75. It's giving you 125. If you want to add the rows, you can still do the same. For example, you want the total of this row 6 in this cell, just come in this cell, type equals sum, open your brackets, then you can select this comma, select the second one comma, and select the third one. Alternatively, you don't have to select each, you can just select all of them at a go, and it will give you a range. Then you close the brackets, then you press enter, there you have the total. So that is how a sum works, to give you the sum of whatever you're adding on your data. So for example, let's look at this. Maybe we have this list here for rent, food, what you have been spending on your daily basis. So let's say you have rent for 5,000. Then when it comes to food, maybe 2,000. And then when it comes to transport, maybe you're doing 1,200. And airtime, let's say 500. And maybe entertainment, maybe let's put 800. So if you want to calculate the total of your total expenditure, let's say you want your total here. So what you do, just put equals sum, put your bracket, then select your range, that is from rent up to here. After selecting, close the brackets, then enter, and you get there you have your totals, and it gives us a total of 9,500. Now let's try summing across rows. For example, here we have sales that you have been making maybe in your business from January to May. Let's say January we made 1,500 sales. In February, let's say 1,800. Just giving random figures. In March, let's say 2,200. This person was increasing sales every month. So let's say in April maybe 2,600 and in May 3,000. So if you want to get the total for this, maybe our total is here. We just say equals sum, then we open our bracket, then we select the figures across the rows, then we close our brackets and hit enter, and then we have our total sales for the month that we have listed. And then maybe you want to get the total for sales from different locations. For example, you want to add what you spend on transport together with maybe the sales the total sales in February. So maybe you want your total here. Maybe let's say sales. You want to get the sum. Let's say the total for. And let's put it as maybe this is C16. Let's say C16. Oh, sorry, I wrongly put it. Let's undo. Okay. Let's say you want to get a total from different locations. Let's just put it as total. We say equals. Maybe you want to add this transport and maybe the sales in Feb. So what you do in such a case, you just put sum, then open your bracket. So if you want our transport added to them to put comma, we want to add what we did in February. Then we close our brackets and hit enter, and there you have our total as 3,000. That is C15. This is 1,200 plus I13, which is 1,800, and it will give us 1,500. So Excel can add anything from anywhere as long as you just input your figures correctly. That is what we can do. What to avoid when you are doing this, don't include text in your range because it will give you an error. So just click on the exact figures. Then be careful, blank rows, they can confuse the total if you are not selecting the exact range. So if you are doubting, you can always double check your work after signing up. The other function that you can use to give you, there is also a function called AutoSum. For example, if you want to get this total, let's delete this. There is a function called AutoSum that you can use to get this total. It is here. This function here is called AutoSum. So if you just click on this cell, then you go directly click on AutoSum. It gives you the total. Then you just enter, and it will give you the same as the one we had done previously. You see. So, and that is the sum function for everyone. And it is very simple, but it is very powerful when you are dealing with very large data. So if you found this content helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe and comment below. Next, we'll explore other functions like coverage, count, and more. Stay tuned for more Excel. Thank you.